Thankfully, Harold Levy didn't press charges against me. He probably didn't want the police searching any more than they had to. It confirms my suspicion that Harold is up to no good, but I can't convince Catherine to investigate further. Am I wasting my time watching my neighbors? Mrs. Doer is old and frail. Is she even capable of such a thing as attacking a man and taking his child? I made Mr. Morgan an impossible promise, but if I stopped now, it was all for nothing. Her poster is already in the gutter. Am I the only one looking for Charlotte May? That shoe is still on the roof. God knows why. Mrs. Doer's bedroom. That big house all to herself, and she only lives in one room. How age punishes us. So this is the police's base of operations. By the sounds of it, they've forgotten all about Charlotte May. Mrs. Doer's home once looked out onto a field of dahlia flowers. Her husband built the manor house with shipping company money. Now it's surrounded by all of this. There's a light on downstairs. Mrs. Doer is still awake. And here I am, spying on an elderly lady. Now this is interesting. What is she doing under there? It looks like she's hiding something. But what is it? Well, that floorboard is my first port of call. What could she be doing in the basement? And how did she get down there? This is getting stranger by the minute. I'd give anything to know what's in that box. Maybe it has something to do with what was hidden under the floorboard. That's my second port of call. Now she seems to be doing something. Dear God, that's not her at all. Mrs. Doer is in danger. Unless they're working together. I need to get a photograph of the intruder. Dear God, I've got you red-handed. You there! Stop what you're doing at once! I said stop! You won't get away with this. Whomever I saw leave Mrs. Doer's home left in a hurry. Let's hope they don't return. Now, to break in without being caught. Hello, Mrs. Doer? Do not get caught, Robert. Won't budge. Mrs. Doer used something to pry it up. I should have been more prepared. There must be something down here I can use. It makes my small flat look like a prison cell. Stale water. Let's hope that worked. This bone inlay is very ornate. Old, too. Smells old and dusty. It hasn't been used recently. A family tree.
What on earth are you doing in my house, Mr. Conway?
Mrs. Doer.
It's Lady Doer to you. We live in polite society, last I checked.
Lady Doer. Let me explain.
It had better be a bloody good explanation. Go on.
There was an intruder in your house.
I'll say.
I believed they were here for Charlotte May. I believed you were in danger, so I came over to help.
And where is this so-called intruder now, Mr. Conway? I trust you tried to apprehend him.
Sadly, no.
So it's just you and your word, then? Your daughter's a police officer, Mr. Conway. You should have called her.
I believed your danger to be too immediate, my lady. I was concerned for your safety.
You can cut that nonsense out right away. If you were concerned about me, then you would have knocked on my door or checked on me. Instead, I come out to find you at this ungodly hour prying up my floorboards. This is clearly a matter for the police. And how, may I ask, did you know to look under there?
Look, I can see you don't suffer fools, my lady, so I'll just come out.
No need, Mr. Conway. You've been spying on all of us from your window. Not very subtle, if I do say so.
Very astute. But please, if I may, I merely came over to ask you a few questions.
I suppose you want to know why I stored my belongings under the floor.
I want to know why they're all children's belongings.
Charlotte May. I'm not given to the kidnapping of young girls.
Why don't you just tell me what you were doing then?
Very well. For the past few months, things have been going missing from my home. Bits and bobs, really, but as you can see, the simplest of things in this house would fetch a pretty penny. Last week, it was one of my porcelain dolls. I'm of the suspicion that my maid is stealing from me. So I hid my most cherished possessions under my floorboards. I've had that silver mirror you just found since I was a small child. It's worth more than Dahlia of you itself. Regrettably, my late husband and I, well, we don't have a child of our own to leave these things to. I see now that I should have hidden them better.
Can I ask, these missing items you speak of, are they all children's things?
I couldn't say for sure, but I don't think so. The first thing I noticed missing was an old pocket watch. Kept it by the telephone here.
Is it possible you could have misplaced it?
Possible, yes. Likely, no.
Who is your maid, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I say maid. She is a glorified cleaner. Shirley Downs.
Shirley? Your neighbour?
Yes, she owns the pub next door. She needed a little extra cash, and I needed my house to stop falling apart.
I see.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Has she cleaned here long?
A handful of months. The upstairs, mainly. I have no interest in going up there these days. Too many memories, and I can only walk so far before my feet give in.
Do you think Shirley would break into your home? The intruder I saw. Could it be her, or someone you know?
You say you saw the intruder break in?
Well, out. They were picking the door, trying to lock it.
Picking it? What does that mean?
They had a... Trust me, they were up to no good with it.
I gave Shirley a key. I'm certain she has no need to do such a thing.
Lady Doer, would you allow me to search the upstairs of your property? I believe I may be able to shed some light on the situation, if you'd permit me.
We should call the police, surely.
Well, they haven't found Charlotte May yet, and they don't seem to be doing much about it. How about we postpone calling them for just a short while?
I do say, how Machiavellian, Mr. Conway. You ask me to lie to the police. To your daughter, no less.
Not at all. Just to postpone calling, in the pursuit of knowledge.
The stair lift. I believe it still works. There should be another wheelchair up there somewhere. My late husband's.
Thank you.
I haven't been up there for a year or two now. You will share what you find?
It would be my pleasure.
Oh, and Mr. Conway, there's no electricity. You might want to use the lanterns.
Now, to find out what our intruder was up to. Why on earth would they want to tear this painting? Now, what's this?
Right. The time is 10:50 on the 22nd. Let's have another look.
The telescope is pointed right at Mr. Morgan's house. Was she spying on Charlotte May? The 22nd was the night that Charlotte May was taken. Let's hear what she has to say.
I wonder if it has anything to do with Seddon and Sons. Could be the year.
Seddon and Sons. I've seen that name. She said it could be the year, whatever that means. I'd better try to find it. Ah, there you are. Now what was Shirley doing with you?
Now.
By the sounds of it, she was trying to open something in this room. Lady Doe was right. Shirley's stealing from her.
Now, where was I? Oh, for God's sake, Larry. I sent you home an hour ago. Not your shoe. Idiot.
What on earth was this Larry up to? Sounds like he was a drunken fool.
Let's take a look at... the hell?
What did she see? Charlotte May? Well, this is moments before the attack. So, after Shirley found what she was looking for, she rushed out of this house. I need to talk to her soon. She could see Charlotte May from here if she wanted to. She could have seen into my living room. A little disconcerting. People in glass houses. I do not like how that tape ended. Oh, this was days ago. For now, let's try to finish what she started and open something in this room. Shirley's been gathering valuables. Perhaps Lady Doa was right. Now, why is this open? I saw the intruder leave. Let's hope it stays that way. Are you out there somewhere? Or are you in here? I will catch you. I don't think I've seen Lady Doa smoke before now. Must be Shirley's. Another child's toy. Looks like it was when Lord Doa was still alive. Good. Excellent. Thank you very much, Shirley Downs. Now what on earth? Charlotte May! Charlotte, are you in there? How do I lift this? There's no way I can untie this by hand. Lord Doa was a hobbyist. Oh, might help me force that lock open. That wasn't so hard. Lord Doa. I never met the man. A marline spike. Clearly used with knots in some way. Please let me... Oh, Jesus Christ.
What is going on up there, Mr. Conway?
Everything's fine. I tripped on something is all.
Maybe you should come back down before you break something.
Just another moment, if you would.
Very well.
Not what I expected at all. That explains the craft tools. Perhaps I'm wrong about Lady Doa. Doa's hidden room. Genius. The missing wheel latch. Lady Doa, you can go there. Lord Doa, that's where you go. Lady Doa said they didn't have a child of their own. Ah, Dick. She's sitting on a gold mine. Money is clearly no motive here. Looks like an adoption form. A cryptex. Looks like I need an 8-digit code to open it. I wonder what's hidden inside. I should probably go and talk to Lady Doa. Oh, these are anchor weights. All different by the looks of them. An old dumbwaiter. I wonder if it still works. Part of a torn painting. This looks like Lord and Lady Doer's child. They tore her out of the picture. Why? The mirror Lady Doer hid under the floorboard. My lady, I've found this.
What is it? I can't see it up there.
It appears to be a cryptex of some kind.
Oh, yes. It's a silly old game I used to play with one of the maids. We would pass messages back and forth and have to figure out the code. It's been many years since I've seen that.
I see. By any chance, do you still have the code for it?
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't or won't?
Mr. Conway, I think I've been very accommodating, all things considered.
Well, can you give me a clue?
I can do one better. I can give you the cipher.
Please, do.
On one condition.
Dare I ask?
It's not all that bad. There's a picture in the main hall. My late husband. I haven't seen his face in some time. Would you take a picture of him for me?
Lady Doer, as luck would have it, I've already taken that picture.
You have? And without my permission?
I thought you wanted me to.
Yes, very well. Here it is. We used an old code. You take the alphabet and write the first 13 letters under the next 13. Then replace the letter you have with the one underneath or above it.
So, A would be an N, and D would be Q.
That's right.
Well, where do I find the code to translate?
Mr. Conway, may I remind you that it's you up there and not I. I will say, though, the code was usually something to do with my late husband's model boats.
Very well. I'll start looking around then. So, the code is something to do with Lord Doer's boats. Got you. Another key. It's for the servants' quarters. Death's shadow. Lady Doer? Innocence. Charlotte May. I'm no expert, but that does not look good. It appears she left in a hurry. Could be useful. It's a shame to damage something so beautiful, but I do want to open the box by the window. At long last. Now, what do you unlock? And why would the intruder hide you? Let's see what Lady Doer has to say about you. My lady, may I bother you again?
Of course.
I think I found out what the intruder was doing.
About time. Go on, then.
It's a key. Looks to be quite ornate.
Go on.
I was hoping you could tell me.
Describe it to me. Perhaps it'll jog my memory.
It has a copper midsection.
Go on.
It has a large anchor shape.
I know what that is. The basement storage key. Again, I haven't seen that for many years. I have one too somewhere. I could look for it.
The basement, you say?
Yes. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Mr. Conway?
I just might be. Do you think it possible that Charlotte May could be in your basement without you knowing it?
The very thought of it. I fear there's only one way to find out. You'll have to go to the basement. The lift won't work whilst the stair lift is activated, though. Give me a moment. Now, you really are alone up there, Mr. Conway. Can I just remind you that... What is it?
Are you expecting anyone?
Another intruder, you mean?
Lady Doa, I'm serious.
Oh, my. I'll go and call the police.
Shh. Come out. You're not going to get away with this. Show yourself at once. You can't hide. My daughter is a police officer. You're clearly out of your depth. Stop. You won't get away with this.
Charlotte May, are you there?
God damn, it's locked.
I'm coming, Charlotte.
Mr. Conway, what on earth is going on? What is all that banging?
I need your help. The kidnapper is down here.
What? That's it. I'm calling the police.
Wait, no. I need to get into the basement. They took my key.
Mr. Conway, are you insane? I'm calling the police, and that is the end of it.
I think Charlotte May is here right now. Do you have that other key?
I do.
Toss it to me.
I don't know.
Lady Doa, please.
Fine.
I said stop.
God damn this bloody chair.
Charlotte, give me something. Were you here? There's something here. There has to be. Oh, damn. There'll be no explaining this together. After the attack against me in Lady Doa's home, I'm left questioning everything. Was it one of the McKees? Harold Levy? Or someone else? My presence is clearly getting to someone. Lady Doa was downstairs at the moment I was attacked. I can't rule her out. I need to be sure what her involvement was. Only a few questions remain unanswered. It is possible that Lady Doa and the intruder worked together. Does anything here indicate that she could have helped the kidnapper? Lady Doa clearly wouldn't have kidnapped Charlotte May for money. Why else would she want to steal a girl? Lady Doa claimed she was hiding her valuable items from her maid, Shirley. Can I prove Shirley was stealing from her? So, Lady Doa may have had motive after all. She lost a child and was clearly emotionally shaken by it, though it seems like that was many years ago, and I found no evidence other than she knew how to tie knots. Not very conclusive, if I do say so. Shirley, on the other hand, was stealing from Lady Doa. She knew her way around the house and had access to many of the rooms. She also had a good view of Tony Morgan's house and was talking about Charlotte May on the dictaphone message. Shirley, are you my attacker? Did you take Charlotte May? Robert Conway speaking.
Dad,
Catherine, again, I'm sorry
do
that
you know how foolish you made me look tonight?
Why don't you come over?
I had to explain to my superior that my father was found in the same house that we think Charlotte May was tied up in. That the reason why we have no good footprints is because my father's tire marks are littered across an open crime scene. I'll be very surprised if I still have a job tomorrow morning.
That wasn't my intention.
No?
You know full well why I had to.
You can't just do whatever you want and think it won't affect other people. What if she'd press charges?
Lady Doa gave me her permission.
You could have ruined my case.
It's not just your case. There are other ways to prove yourself. You can't be so blind as to think you can do it all on your own. The real test of one's character is learning when to ask for help.
Jeez. And that's what you've been doing? Asking for my help? It seems as though you're hell-bent on being the one to find her.
Well, the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree.
No, it's still very much in the tree's shadow.
What are we arguing about? We both care about Charlotte May. We both want to help Tony Morgan.
It's my job to help Tony Morgan. What you've done is against the law.
You said it yourself. There weren't any charges against me.
You don't get it, do you? Your actions might have gotten Charlotte May killed.
What if it was you down there? Would you want me to stop, to respect people's privacy, to follow the law?
That's not fair.
Well, it's all I had. With the vision of a young girl who needed my help. And all I saw was your face. Someone needed to do what had to be done, no matter the cost.
But there's always a cost. Isn't there, Dad?
I wish I could make Catherine understand my actions. Every time I try, I either embarrass her or myself. There's always a cost. Last night, my neighbors watched in merriment as Catherine had to rescue me from Lady Doa's basement. If the bruises on my body are anything to go by, then I'm clearly making an impression on someone in Dahlia view. I've lost too much to stop now. But will Catherine ever forgive me? Shirley is doing something in a safe. I'm not sure what. My attacker fled this way last night. I wonder if the police even looked. I doubt they believed me. They treated me as if I was the suspect. Mr. Morgan, don't give up hope. I'm still looking. Looks like nobody's home. Most people are at Sunday service. I didn't peg Levy as the church-going type. Perhaps he's robbing the donation plate as we speak.
Still there. I'd give anything to know that story.
Either the police or Lady Doa cleaned the broken glass from last night. She's just sitting, smoking at the moment. Not really doing. Hang on. She's seen or heard something. She's got a weapon. A candlestick. That's not going to do anything. What in God's name? Is there someone inside with her? My attacker? Something smashed. My attacker is in there as I speak. Shirley, don't do this alone. Trust me. I know how this ends. Turn around and leave. Shirley, be careful. Even if I leave now, I won't get to her in time. Christ. She's searched the whole place. It doesn't look like she's seen anyone. She's leaving. Good. She's safe for now, at least. No one has a clue what's happening. Even Tony Morgan. He's seen something. Something in the alleyway. Dear God, she's been attacked. Be careful, Mr. Morgan. It might not be safe.
Somebody call the police. Anybody, please. There's been another attack.
Mr. Morgan, you take her to the hospital. I'll call the police.
Right. Enough time should have passed. Maybe I can get into the crow's nest without anyone seeing me. I'll call the police when I'm good and ready.
Now, who attacked us? And what did they leave behind?
Well, this belongs to Shirley. It must have fallen off during the attack. This must be the smash I heard. What kind of a coward attacks someone from behind? Are you still here? Hello. You can't hide anymore. She must have been cooking when the attacker arrived. Is anyone here? No. Well, at least I can look around without keeping an eye over my shoulder. Hello? There's nowhere to hide this time. Oh, Jesus! I suppose you think that was funny, jumping out at me like that. You have no idea how close I was to talking to a bloody pigeon. Jesus, what happened here? Shot at me? Not with all the police present, surely. This is the smash that Shirley and I heard. I should be able to get around it. Shirley was holding this when the attacker was here. It's the one from Lady Doer's house. She mustn't have got a good enough price from Terence Trilby. Oh, looks like a staff note. I have an idea where to look, at least. Let's see. So the magnetic door can be turned off with the breaker switch in the delivery room.
Someone's left their keys on the pool table light. Got you. The police evidence board. What? The McKees hit a dog. It makes sense. And Levy was diluting oils, among other things. Catherine said as much, and I didn't listen. And what's this? Evidence I haven't seen. No wonder I'm pulling at straws. There was something here. Why have they removed it? Well, just as I thought. Well, that's what I have too. This was smashed during the attack. Some of my neighbors claim to have heard it. Shirley thinks that this Larry fellow could have been involved. He sounded too drunk when I heard him. I should look a little closer at this. I wonder what she told them about me. That must be an embarrassment to her. All the more reason to find that little girl and prove myself. Circumstantial? Damn the law. They know full well what they found. They're just not allowed to act on it without more evidence. So, he's guilty after all. Just not for the abduction of Charlotte May by the looks of things. I hope they get that warrant soon. It looks like they have a fine coming their way. Poor dog. No wonder they tried to hide it. This is good stuff. The place is a goldmine for my evidence board. I'll have a use for you. Could be useful. Oh, they're busier than I thought. Catherine's been working hard. Basically what the newspaper said. Now, who would be calling on a Sunday morning? It might be worth answering.